In 2023, I bought tickets for 16 Comic Cons, I attended 13 of them, and I only actually made videos for 11 of them. This is my year in review. So, I suppose you might say there's 365 days in a year, so making videos about 16 Comic Cons isn't that big a deal, but ho ho ho, Explorer, it's that merry time of year for giving, and I'm giving you the Geek Explorer's Christmas special. Now, it wasn't the plan at the start of the year, but in 2023 I became a Christmas tree decorations collector. So it's time to decorate that tree. So my first Comic Con of the year wasn't until March, London Comic Con Spring Edition by Showmasters. This is held in the Olympia and it's the first of the 2 Showmasters events I went to. While I was there I picked up this cuddly little Pikachu decoration. In the past I bought a few decorations here and there, but it wasn't until right now that I thought I had enough to actually make a video all about them. With the Spring Edition of Comic Con I'm always a bit unsure if it'll actually be a good event because it's a pain to get to, it's expensive and it's not actually that big. But if you're after just a kind of calm, relaxed, easygoing day out, would definitely recommend this. The biggest highlight for me though was actually meeting a subscriber. Shortly after getting there someone came over and said they watch my videos regularly and they actually really enjoyed them. I was a bit shell-shocked and a bit unsure of what to say because that doesn't happen very often. Plus I got to meet BeachLife78, another YouTube channel. We'd exchanged friendly comments a few times, but this was the first time we met in person, so it was really nice to meet up and compare YouTube notes. At the back end of the month was MegaCon, which is great if you're into cosplay and anime. If you like comics, it's probably one to give a miss. There are loads of great prop displays, which are all really good for filming. And the actual hardest part of making videos is the talking to camera bits. Even now, after all these videos I've made, it's still kind of a tricky one. You get quite self-conscious. Of course, I still found time to pick up a Christmas decoration. This time it's a Deadpool head. The MegaCon highlight was another personal one. It was hanging out with Tom from Catching Up with the Nerds and James from How to Game Differently, 2 other YouTube creators I've made friends with just through making these videos. It was really fun to just hang out with them, enjoy the convention and enjoy one another's company. April. This month was packed with conventions. I went to 4 in the end, which was definitely too many, but I did do some of my favourites. I'll run through my overall maybe top 3 at the end of the video, but let's start things off with ChillCon, a wargaming convention in Sheffield. I really rate this convention. It's very family friendly, very accessible for casual gamers like myself, and it's just very manageable. It allows you to get around the convention, enjoy everything, do some shopping and actually do some gaming, which can be hard at larger events just because there's so much to see and do at them that you don't always get to actually see and do everything. I did also speak to a few of you guys, which again was a nice highlight, and I was slightly more prepared for it this time, so I think I floundered a bit less in the conversations we might have had. One convention I've normally gone to in April is Wales Comic Con held in Telford. They normally have great panels, great guests, good cosplay and lots of great traders. But it's another one that's a pain to get back from on the evenings because there's only a couple of trains an hour, they're always full of party people on the way into Birmingham to go clubbing. Basically the train ride home really sucks. Secondly, they don't change up the convention very often, which makes things a bit repetitive, so I changed it up for myself by going to a few different conventions, gave it a miss for the year. Probably return next time, but it worked out really well for me. Next up, another new one and a massive convention for me. Not just in terms of the size of it, it's the largest wargame convention in Europe, salute, but also in terms of what it did for my channel. Currently my most viewed video, and it's where I really feel like I got to grips with solo vlogging. Talking in public, to a camera, surrounded by loads of people that you don't know is pretty hard. And I really felt like it just came together here. I felt far more at ease than normal. I got loads of great feedback and nice comments on this video, so much so that it inspired me to enter it into the Birmingham Film Festival, and it actually got in and shown on the big screen. Unfortunately, it didn't actually win anything, so that's a shame. Last convention of the month, and we're back in the hunt for Christmas tree decorations. Now this convention, I actually got offered a creator pass, but it took them so long to make a decision, I assumed I'd been unsuccessful and bought a ticket, and then they offered me the free ticket. It was the first London Comic Con and gaming festival held at Evolution in Battersea Park. A fairly small convention, pretty easy to get round, got to see everything, made it really easy and great for making videos. I did pick up this cool gizmo decoration, and I actually picked up 2 other decorations that I didn't film. I don't always include everything I filmed in my videos, especially if I think it's going to slow down the story or mess up the pace of the video. So, surprise, here's 2 peg people I picked up right at the end of the convention. The next event was a big miscalculation, which had quite a significant impact on all the following conventions that I went to. But I did pick up another decoration, and one bodged hole in the head later I picked up at MCM London Comic Con. I was feeling pretty good about all my recent videos and wanted to combine all the stuff that worked into a nice 20-minute epic, and that was the big problem with this video. It was far too big a project, which then made the following video late as well. I had a good time, but it felt underwhelming compared to the previous MCM. There was less big name exhibitors, and the video game offering was totally forgettable. Highlight again was chatting to a bunch of people who watch my videos. Really enjoyed it this time, far more prepared mentally for it. The UK Games Expo, what an absolute disaster. The convention itself, I genuinely had a really good time. It's probably one of my favourite conventions. Although this video took a little while to come out thanks to the Mega MCM video, I was pretty happy with the result. I just thought I did a good job with it. But 4 people actually disliked it so much they unsubscribed to my channel. That's pretty disappointing. That's why it's a disaster. The next convention I didn't even make it to. I was feeling so burnt out after the MCM Mega video and the UK Games Expo vids that I just needed a break. At this point as well, I hadn't even lost 4 subscribers. I just needed a little break, which is a shame because MCon, Nottingham, I've never even been there. Maybe in the future, hopefully 2024, could be. Back with a bang. The next outing I expected to be good, but it literally blew my socks off. Heroes Dutch Comic Con. Great exhibitors, movie and TV stands, video games, comics, everything I expected MCM to have. Plus, just going on holiday and seeing a new country is a really great way to spend your time. And being honest, I hadn't even heard of Utrecht before I found the convention. And I'm so glad that I actually went there, because it's a really amazing place. It's calm, beautiful architecture, great people, loads of cool comic book and pop culture shops. A definite must visit location, and just another example of why it's great to try something new and take a chance on something you haven't done before. And of course, one of the best things was I picked up this cool Porky Pig Christmas decoration. And the next convention I went to was quite a contrast to this one. I guess, unfortunately, after the high of Utrecht, we were destined to come down for disappointment, and the next convention was disappointing. So much so that I didn't even film it. So I think it's important to take into account that I didn't really feel that fantastic for this one. I was a bit under the weather, which put a bit of a dampener on things, but I still headed down to London for Showmaster's Summer London Film and Comic Con, which was just okay. It wasn't, the disappointing thing with it was that it was only a bit bigger than the spring edition, which was only 4 months before. I just didn't think I could make a particularly different or interesting video, so I decided to just leave it for the day and just enjoy the convention. Off the back of this one, I actually skipped the next convention that I planned to go to, which was Hyper Japan, the anime and manga convention festival. It looks really good, but I just got so much happening that I just couldn't fit it in, so basically had the summer off, sort of. I spent the rest of the summer designing and making a custom t-shirt and a video all about it, which nobody watched, which is a real shame because I think it's one of my best videos. This is a t-shirt, so at least you get to see it now. I'm going to keep it on over my Christmas jumper because I had to pay for that and only get 1 month of the year to wear it, so got to get good value for money. But this is my t-shirt. Let's get into the story of why I didn't win. This top was made specifically to enter into the retro t-shirt competition at Retrocon in Philadelphia, another of my favourite conventions for the year. Unfortunately, I did not win the t-shirt competition, which I didn't actually mind from a prize point of view because I didn't really fancy any of the prizes, but from an ego point of view, it definitely hurt because I feel like I put a lot of effort into this top. My rivals in the competition, they had all just put on really old t-shirts, and that seemed to be what everyone was judged on, not how much effort they'd put in. So Better luck next time, I guess. A much happier moment was finding these cool Christmas decorations, Optimus Prime and Captain America. Overall, Retrocon was an amazing weekend that I managed to stuff in loads and loads of different stalls and things to see into only a medium-sized event, and I even did a few celebrity meetings. The most notable of those, I'd say, was the Angry Video Game Nerd, but there was a few celebrity meetings that happened off camera. We stayed in the Hilton Hotel, which was just over the road from the convention, and in the lift I met John Snyder, who I think is most famous for being in Dukes of Hazzard, and on the second day, as we're heading over to the convention, bumped into Sam J. Jones, most famous for playing Flash. He saved every one of us. He wanted to talk all about the UK being ready for the electric car revolution, which I don't know loads about as a non-driver, but we had a good old debate and a good chat about it. He was super interested in that, but he's big and booming, a real personality. It was really fun to meet him. I didn't even get a photo though, so you'll just have to take my word for it that I met him. Wardrobe change, it was too hot to wear a t-shirt over a jumper, over a t-shirt, over a vest, but that's not going to stop us getting into the final convention video of the year, but not the final convention. MCM London, October, a massive improvement, everything I expect from an MCM event. Big panels, big name guests, lots to see and do, great exhibitors, and I got this awesome ceramic Christmas decoration. A bit scary, but another great addition to my tree. I think I've always found it hard to make good videos for MCM. It's such a big weekend and there's so much I want to see and do. It can get a bit overwhelming, but this video I was really happy with. I think all the talking bits were a massive improvement on previous years. The story was a bit more coherent, and it was just better filmed. And as always, the biggest highlight was the people, hanging out with friends, Alan on Friday, James on Saturday, and a bunch of you guys came over and said hello again. And I really do appreciate that. I just want to say a massive thanks to everyone that says nice things, either on its comments on videos or comes over and says hello. So thank you very much. Next up we had Warfare, the Wargame Convention. A good day out, but very focused on military wargaming and tournament play. So I think if you like those things, you'd absolutely love this convention. As it is, those aren't really my areas of interest, and it's why I decided not to film. I didn't think I could do the event or the day out justice. I had a great time there, but it wasn't really my thing. I'm quite casual when it comes to wargaming. It was a good reminder of the importance of properly researching conventions and where you're going to get something a bit more appropriate for me. I think I'm more suited to things like Salute and ChillCon. It's the final convention of the year, and one I only really went to in the end because I had pestered Explorer Dave into going. I was pretty unwell this weekend, and we managed about 2 or maybe 3 hours, and it was MCM Birmingham, which was technically a good day out, but I didn't get to experience too much of it. Of course, managed to pick up a decoration, this nice Doctor Who one. Aside from that, there's not too much to say. I heard lots of positive things about it, but I just scuttled on off back to bed. The big question is, what are my top 3 2023 conventions? And we'll come to that in just a moment, but maybe first, a little moment of self-reflection. This year has been a bit of a tough one at times. I've had lots of great experiences that have really just come from getting out there and trying new things. I've also come to understand the importance of a positive mindset. If you think negatively, you're only going to see the negative around you, then it becomes really easy to talk yourself out of doing things and experiencing new things. Alternatively, if you think positive, the world will become more positive, which is, I know, easier said than done. A quick and simple thing to do if you're feeling unconfident about something you're about to do is to take a moment and just start listing things that you're good at or are positive in your life. Just focus on the good. As an example, I really don't mind public vlogging anymore, and this has come from using positive mindset techniques and just practicing doing it over and over again. I think I'm more confident on camera, I'm definitely a better filmmaker, and I'm more confident at talking to people I don't really know. If you look back at my older videos, there's a world of difference between those and my current ones. There's still lots I can improve on, but that's all just through repetition, trial and error, practice, and you can see the difference that it makes. You will get better, just keep trying. Now that the tree is erect and sheathed in Christmas decorations, it's time for the big reveal. The top 10 conventions of the year, big reveal of the Christmas tree, and, as a bonus, the Christmas lights switch on. Number 3 is ChillCon. Easily one of the most fun things I've done this year. It's just a real pleasure to be there. Everyone's relaxed, everyone's friendly. Even if you're not that into wargaming, I'd really recommend going to this one. So number 3, ChillCon. Number 2 is MCM London, October. Definitely not May. May was okay, but October, big return to form. Now for the big one, what is number one? Number one convention I've been to this year is probably no surprise to you, but UK Games Expo. Board Game Expo, war games, bursting with miniatures, things to do, games to play, games to buy. You should be going there, I'll definitely be going back. And that is the number one convention recommendation from me. But what did you think of my list? Do you agree? Let me know below. On to 2024. I will next be at MegaCon, but I'm hoping to have a new video out before then. So click left if you want to see the UK Games Expo, my favourite convention, or click right in probably about 2 or 3 weeks to see my next big surprise video, something completely different to what I've done before, all to do with collecting. But Merry Christmas, Explorers, see you soon.